Elijah Tisbit from Tisbe in Galilee said to Ahab, "As the Lord, the God of Israel lives, whom I serve, there will be neither dew nor rain in the next few years, except at my word." Then the word of the Lord came to Elijah and said, "Leave here, turn eastward and hide in Kereth ravine, east of Jordan. You will drink from the brook that I have directed, and I have directed the ravens to supply you with food there." He did so. But I want to jump down to verse 7. Sometime later, the brook dried up because there had been no rain in the land. Then the word of the Lord came to him and said, "Go at once to Jephthah in the region of Sidon and stay there. And I have directed a widow there to supply you with food." And I want to just raise the question. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been there? There is the place where you need to go. If you have never been there, you need to go there. We need to see what's there. So have you ever been there? Some of you probably been there. May not realize you've been there. Didn't recognize you were there. Which is why there may not have much meaning. But when you're there, something will change in your life. God knows how to fit men for the occasion.
Wow.
Elijah was called by God. God was displeased with the people there, Israelites, under King Ahab's reign. They were adulterers. They didn't follow God's rule. They had corrupted the society and they had corrupted themselves. God was just mad because they really were not acknowledging God for anything. So God said to Elijah, "Go in, tell Ahab, I'm going to shut down the government." They're not going to get any rain till I give you the word. You see, back then, most of their government was funded through produce. They didn't have dollar bills and credit cards. So technically, when you shut down the rain, you shut down their economic system. They can't go crop. They can't feed their cattle. All their produce will die. And they will go into poverty. Because they just can't go to the bank and get a loan. Because even the banks need the money for the produce. So pretty much God can shut your government down anytime he wants. He shut the government down. So just like things are now, God said to Elijah, after you tell Ahab what I said, folk not gonna like you. Folk don't like the messenger, the bearer of bad news. So you need to get out of Dodge for a while. And go, and I want you to go, it says, go eastward and hide in the Kereth ravine, east not have steak and potatoes. God will find a way to provide for you. Now, what makes Elijah special was Elijah did not raise any issue with that. God, you mean to tell me these birds and ravens they weren't the nicest of birds? Can't you at least send a dog, parakeet, something nice? Because see, ravens are almost like vultures. The ravens might eat the very food they bring to Elijah. But just to show you how even when God speaks, the birds obey. Said, Raven, I want you to take this food every day, deliver it to Elijah, and don't you touch none of it. It's not for you. I give you yours later. They brought the food. Now this is where the Bible gets vague. Because it doesn't say whether the ravens brought the food whole or chewed up and regurgitated like most birds feed their own children. When a bird feeds their baby, they chew it and then they regurgitate it back into their baby's mouth. Now, I'm hoping that they brought it whole. But nonetheless, they brought it. Yes. And Elijah ate and stayed healthy. Then the brook dried up because they were famine. No rain means there's no water to stay in the brook. The brook got dried up, so his water supply was going away. And I didn't want to just bring rain to you because if I brought rain just to you, other folk would flock. You know, sometimes when other folk get blessed, we want to flock to it. See if we can get a piece. Have you ever hit the lottery and discovered how many relatives that you thought you had? They come out of nowhere. I'm your lost uncles, aunts, sisters, brothers on your cousin's side. And he owes me some money. You know, that's just the way us is. So he said to Elijah, don't get free. I want you to go, and you're going to go to the Kerith ravine. Sometimes that ain't the book right up. So go to Jericho. There's a widow there. She's going to take care of you there. Now you need to understand that whole story. We didn't go far in the story, but even the woman is significant there. Because she was there. He got there and the woman, he said, can I have a biscuit to eat? Go, can you get some flour and make some biscuits? And the woman said, you know, that's probably all I got. Is enough flour to make a biscuit. Because I was just getting ready to make a piece of bread and some stuff for my son. This is our last meal. This is the last of it because she was a victim of the drought too. She had given up. I was just getting ready to serve my last meal so that me and my child can die in this drought. Things were bad. And you know, most of us probably would have said, no, Elijah. This is my last meal. Hey, I ain't got enough for myself. And you want me to give you some of my last meal because I'm about to die? Because there ain't no food out here? You know how most of us are when we get desperate? We feel like we ain't got enough. The government shut down. We want to drive our car into the White House, set ourselves on fire, jump off cliffs because we ain't got enough. Things are bad. We're in a recession. I can't give you nothing. I got to hold on to everything I got. I got to pinch every little penny I can pinch while I'm still watching my 42-inch screen TV. And texting on my new iPod Apple phone GS3 phone that has fingerprint control. I put my finger and turn my phone on with my fingers. And ride down in my nice car before they repossess you. I can't be sharing nothing with nobody because the stage is just bang. Can't give nobody. I got to hold on. I mean, don't come to me looking for something to eat. But no, the woman saw something in Elijah that transformed her life. Listen now. While she was there, Elijah said, just go ahead and give me my business and go and do what you were going to do and fix your last meal. Because it's really not going to be your last meal. So she said, well, I guess they don't mind. What do I have to lose? It's my last meal in the bed. I'm getting ready to die. She was obedient. I know that's a bad word for some, but she just said, I'm going to do what this man told me to do. Even though it is my last meal, I'm getting ready to die. So she made Elijah the biscuit. She made her son his last meal. She made herself the last meal. And they ate to their heart's desire. And then after dinner, when she was cleaning up the dishes, she looked in the jar, she realized, oh, there's some more flour in the jar. Now, where did that come from? Just maybe I could eat one more day. So she woke up the next day. And she made her last biscuit. And they ate good. And while she was doing the dishes, she looked at the jar. Now, where is all this flour coming from? There's some more flour in the jar. And the text says they ate for many days. Many days. Every time she kept eating the last meal, some more meal was there. She thought she was at the end of the rope. But God just kept bringing out of nowhere some more flour and kept on feeding. Surely this man, Elijah, who came to my house, must be a prophet of God. But that's not the whole story. Because God has a way of trying to direct us back to Him. Because she was starting to think Elijah was somebody. So I need to correct the situation just a little bit. So her son got sick and was on his deathbed. Now the woman's mentality changed. Wait a minute now, my son getting ready to die. And I believe the text says, why did I bring this man here? You came and my son is dying. Now, I hope you see what just happened. Before she was happy he came because they were being fed for many days. She didn't want to give anything to him because she was going to have her last meal for her and her son, and they were both going to die. Now she had a little bit of food, she thought she was going to live. But her son got sick, and now the son going to die. You were willing to have your son die back then when you didn't have nothing. Now you ain't got some food in you, and now you don't want him to die, and you blaming the very man who fed you, or was the reason for feeding you, or the instrument through which you were fed. the boy died. And sure enough, God saved the boy. Well, what's all of this got to do with being there? Because it was there where this woman and this boy met God. It was there where God revealed himself. You might be sitting out there right now saying, where is there? There is wherever God has you or has directed you to be at. There is usually not a place of your choosing. You chose to be here. That might be part of your problem. You chose to be here instead of going there. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about going to some other church. Because there ain't here. Because when you get there, you'll be just as much here, there, as you are here. That's not the there I'm talking about. There is not a comfortable place because it's not a place of our choosing. It's a place where God has chosen for us. And most of us enjoy being here. Because here is where we choose to be, and here is where we enjoy being. God does not want you to enjoy being there unless you can enjoy understanding why God put you there. That's why we don't want to go there. Because here's where we can have fun. And as long as I can have fun here and do it my way, I'm going to stay here where I can be in complete control of my life. A lot of people are dying here. A lot of people are missing out on their blessings here. If God really wants to move in your life, sometimes you got to leave here and find your thing. There is where God really wants you to be. Everyone, if you haven't already been there, you need to go there at some point. Some of us may need to go back there and stay there a while.